Hello and welcome. Thank you for logging on to this 20-minute homebuyer workshop. I created this webinar because I know most people are busy this time of year, and like you, most of us have a million things on our to-do list, including buying a house. I also know how important it is for you to purchase a home in the near future. From my experience, most first-time homebuyers have questions up front like how much it will really cost me to buy a home, how much will I need to purchase right away, or how long will the process take? What could the home buying process look like for me? Well, I will answer all these questions today. And I made this super easy and convenient for you to get the information you need and get the home buying process started. Now, this webinar is only 20 minutes and it's loaded with information to advise and inspire you in your home buying journey. And at the end of this video, you will know exactly what you need to do to buy a house in 2022. But before we get started, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Keisha Luter. I am a licensed real estate agent. I am also an accredited and preferred real estate professional, also known as a realtor. I am licensed in both Maryland and Pennsylvania, and I love real estate. I enjoy helping my clients through every step of the process. So if you value the information you received today, please connect with me on social media and let me know how I can assist you with your real estate goal. You can follow me at By Maryland on both Instagram and Facebook. Also, you can stay in touch with me by visiting my website at www.bymarylandre.com. Alrighty, now let's jump right in. So the question I have for you is, are you ready to buy a house? And if you don't know, here are 4 points that can help you prepare to determine if you are ready. Do you have 600 credit scores? Have you been on your job for 2 or more years? Do you have money saved for your down payment? And have you attended a home buyer workshop? Now, if you can check all 4, you are absolutely ready to start your home buying process. And even if you can't check all 4, if all 4 do not apply, that can change and I can help you. So let's move on. I have another question for you. Why do you want to buy a house? What's your reason why? Now, for many people, there are many reasons why one would want to go from renting to buying. Maybe they are tired of living in an apartment complex and dealing with neighbors. Maybe they have a growing family and they need a larger space. Or maybe you got a promotion in a new city and you want to purchase a new home. Whatever the reason, it's important for you to know why you want to purchase a home. And so, some questions to ask yourself. Will this home be my forever home? Or will this be my starter home? Or will this be an investment opportunity like an Airbnb? Okay, so take some time and think about it. Once you determine your reason why, you can go ahead and start the process. So, step 1 would be to develop a criteria and a budget. Now, once you determine your goal and your reason why, you should consider what type of property you want to buy, whether a condo, townhome, or duplex. I highly recommend you review your existing budget. Some things to consider would be how much money do you currently have available for purchase in your savings account, in your 401k accounts, in your thrift savings accounts. Also consider how much more or less you want to pay every month for your home mortgage payment. And now, step two, you want to hire your team. Starting with your lender and realtor. Now, your realtor will be able to guide you through the whole process. They not only represent you when you buy a home, but your realtor will also prepare your contracts and review contracts on your behalf. When locating a mortgage lender, consider a bank or a credit union, and then contact their mortgage department or their home department to see what your options are to purchase with that bank or credit union. Now, if you don't want to go with your bank or your credit union, you can always ask your realtor directly to refer you to a reliable lender. And on to step three, you get pre approved. Now, this part of the process is similar to applying for a car loan or a credit card. You will simply complete a mortgage application with the mortgage lender, and the lender will provide the link to the mortgage application for you to complete it online. After you apply, the mortgage lender will review your credit history, your income, and your bank records. After reviewing, the mortgage lender will let you know if you are pre approved, and they will also let you know when you are not pre approved to purchase. Now, the lender will also let you know why you were not pre approved to purchase. Now, your mortgage lender will also provide a plan just for you based on your unique financial profile. They'll provide a plan to help you get pre approved, whether the solution is paying off a $42 debt or providing additional documentation. The lender will tell you how to get pre approved. And when you are finally pre approved for a home loan, the mortgage lender will tell you how much money you pre qualified to purchase with. And once you know how much house you can buy, you can start shopping for your perfect home. Your realtor will be able to provide reports with homes that are for sale that fall within your criteria, your budget, and your pre approval amount. Your realtor will also schedule home tours for the properties that best fit your need. And once you locate your perfect home, you will then move on to step four, which is make an offer and negotiate. As I mentioned earlier, your realtor is your representative. They will prepare your purchase contracts and submit it to the property sellers. A good realtor will also negotiate the terms of the contract to support your best interests. Both the seller's real estate agent and your real estate agent, also known as the buyer's agent, will go back and forth over the terms of the home purchase agreement until we come to a mutual agreement between you, the buyer, and the seller. And at that point, we will move on to the next step. Step five, the home inspection. The home is inspected by a licensed inspector. And as I mentioned earlier, we will have a 10 to 14-day window to have the home inspected by a licensed professional. And the inspector will then check your property from top to bottom to make sure that the home is in good living condition. And then we'll move on to the next step, which is the home appraisal. The appraisal is an assessment of the home's value. The lender will schedule your home appraisal and determine if the value meets the loan amount. Once that is confirmed, the bank will then fund your loan. And then we will move on to the final step, closing day. And that closing day, you get the keys to your new home. Now, at closing, both you, the buyer, and the property seller will meet to sign your final purchase documents. Your realtor will coordinate and schedule your settlement. And there you have it. Then you get the keys. That's the home buying process in a nutshell. Now, most people don't even realize they're already in the position to purchase a home. I can imagine some of you have ideas like I should pay off student loan debt before buying a home. Maybe you believe you don't have enough money for a down payment. Or, maybe you believe that you can't afford to buy a home because your credit isn't good, or that you can't afford to buy your dream home. Or maybe you believe that you should wait until you're married, until your family structure changes. I encourage you to stop believing these misconceptions about home ownership because it can keep you from fulfilling your dream of home ownership. Okay. So now that we've gone through all 7 steps of the home buying process, I'm going to jump right into the timelines. So the home buying process timeline, here's some estimates of the timelines you can expect in your home buying process. And keep in mind, your timeline may vary depending on your credit history, how soon you locate a home, and how soon you can meet your lender's requirements. Now, if you need credit repair, we have seen credit results in as little as 30 days, but it can take you more, okay? More time. Now, the average turnaround time right now for the home buying process is anywhere from 45 to 60 days. So you can expect to go under contract and to be under contract until closing for a minimum of 30 days and up to 60 days or more. So here's a quick example. Let's go through the timeline together, okay? Pretend we locate a home and your offer is accepted by the seller and you go under contract on February 1st of 2022. Okay. So you see here, I have the purchase price there, the earnest money deposit on the side there. So we'll fill the information in and we'll fill in all the under contract timeline dates. So let's just say you go under contract February 1st, and let's just assume that the home is valued at $200,000. Now, something to keep in mind, your earnest money deposit should typically be 1% of the purchase price. Okay. So in my example, I have the earnest money deposit in the amount of $2,000 for this $200,000 property. So, and keep in mind, this example has a 45-day closing. Okay. So let's complete the timeline to determine how soon you can close. So on February 1st, a $2,000 deposit is due and it's held by the title company. Okay. You also go under contract on February 1st. And as we mentioned earlier, your home inspection is due in 10 to 14 days later. So on February 11th, you will be required to have your home inspection completed and the repair request should be submitted to the seller for the seller to review. The home inspection is immediately followed by the home appraisal. And of course, the lender will schedule that for you. And so the final walkthrough is scheduled 2 days before closing. Okay. I had that as the 13th March 13th, and then your closing day will be scheduled for March 15th. Okay. And again, as I mentioned, that's a 45-day turnaround time from the time they went under contract to the time they close. So this is what you can expect once you go under contract. And the amount you can expect to pay for a $200,000 house is about $2,000 earnest money deposit. And again, keep in mind, your earnest money deposit is typically 1% of the purchase price for that property that you are interested in. Okay. So your closing costs. When you purchase your home, of course, you have your down payment. You also have your closing cost. Now, your closing cost is generally around 1% of the purchase price. So, for example, if you purchase a $250,000 home, you can expect to pay around $25,000 in closing costs. Yes, there is down payment assistance available. Yes. Okay. And I have a lot of resources that I can introduce you to for you to take advantage of the down payment assistance and closing cost incentives. And I'll actually email that link to you as soon as this webinar ends. Okay. So most home buyers want to know the true cost to purchase a home. So here's an example of a property that I sold last year. As I mentioned, your closing cost is typically around 1% of your purchase price. So here you can see all of the expenses included in my closing costs. The loan fee here is included. I think you can also see the appraisal fees here and the credit report cost. So those are just some of the costs associated with my closing costs. You'll also see the tax recordation fees and property taxes. Again, these are all expenses that are included in my closing cost. Now notice, I didn't pay any agent fees. If you go to the left side of this sheet, you will see that all of the commissions at the bottom, the commission for the listing agent and the selling agent, both commissions were paid by the property owner, the seller. And on the right side here, me, the buyer, I didn't have to pay anything. So keep that in mind when you purchase your home. You won't pay a commission at all. Even for your realtor, you will not have to pay their commission. Okay. And so this is, I think, page 3 of the transaction. So you'll also see some title fees listed here. Okay. And there's an overview of the costs associated with your home purchase. Okay. So I highly recommend, for a detailed explanation of what your unique buying costs will look like, I highly recommend that you should connect with a mortgage lender. Okay. You want to complete a mortgage application right away so that a mortgage lender can help you determine, of course, what you're pre-qualified for, but your true home buying costs. Okay. All right. So here's another example. This Baltimore County townhome sold for $260,000 this past summer. This buyer purchased their home with an FHA loan, and the buyer's interest rate was only 3.5%, and their mortgage for this home was $260,000, and their payment is $1,700 a month. Excuse me, $1,700 a month. Okay. Now keep in mind, your outcome may differ based on your financial profile. Now, that is the end of the 20-minute home buyer workshop. I would like to personally thank you for attending the first ever 20-minute home buyer workshop. And in case you missed it, here's my contact information again. Let's keep in touch. My name is Keishelle Luter. Feel free to contact me with any questions, and I am currently accepting new clients. I can be reached at Buy Maryland on both Facebook and Instagram. And you can also keep in touch with me at buymarylandre.com. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.